Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. So it has been a long time since I've done a what if, and I wanted to do what if Zuko was the Avatar during the time of Legend of Korra, and I think it is time to get back into making weekly what ifs, as I think now I have more time to do so. As we get back into the story, guys. Where we last left off was Zuko visiting the Northern Water Tribe, and Unalaq is trying to find Zuko to fulfill his plans. A few days have passed since Zuko received a letter from rising tensions between the North and Southern Water Tribes. As Zuko traveled to the the Northern Water Tribe using his dragon, he lands where he is greeted by a few members of the Water Tribe. One of the tribe members say, "It is a pleasure meeting you, Avatar Zuko." After the greeting, Zuko is then brought up to talk about the possibility of war between the Southern and Northern Water Tribes. As Zuko is informed about that, he makes a point that if war were to break out between the two tribes, that it would cause chaos and imbalance in the world. Zuko then says to the chief of the tribe, "It is important to know that you will choose wisely, as any outbreak of war would not be good for this world." The chief then says, "That sounds like interesting advice. We will think of it and take it into consideration. In the meantime, we will send a letter to the Southern Water Tribe." As Zuko is finished speaking with the council, however, before he is about to leave, he's then interrupted by a Northern Water Tribe member handing him a letter. The person says, "This is for you, Avatar Zuko. It is from a member from the Southern Water Tribe." "Thank you," says Zuko. As Zuko leaves and goes to the Fire Nation, it is dark outside, and as he goes home, he is in the Fire Nation Palace, where he's greeted by his advisor and the people who look after Zuko. As Zuko opens the letter, it says, "Avatar Zuko, this is urgent. I will come to greet you in the Fire Nation about a current problem in the Southern Water Tribe. Signed, Unalaq." Zuko looks intrigued by a person from the Southern Water Tribe actually taking the time to come out and visit them. Zuko then looks forward to meeting with Unalaq. A few days pass while Zuko is in his palace. He is then told by the guards that we have a visitor from the Southern Water Tribe who wants to speak with the Avatar, which Zuko then decides to tell the guards that the person can come in. As he enters the Fire Nation Palace, Unalaq bows down and says, "It is an honor meeting you, Avatar Zuko." As Zuko asks why he has decided to travel to the Fire Nation, Unalaq then tells him it was something important. "Yes," continues Zuko. Unalaq then says, "I need a request. You have heard that the Southern and Northern Water Tribes are out of balance, right?" Zuko then says yes. Unalaq then continues with, "I think it is due to harmonic convergence being near." "How did you know about that?" Zuko said. "I thought I was the only one that possessed that knowledge." Unalaq then says, "I'm a very knowledgeable person, and I was thinking that since harmonic convergence is near, it is the perfect opportunity to travel to a place where the spirit portals are." "That sounds interesting, but why do you want to travel to the spirit portals?" Zuko asks. "Well, I want to travel to the spirit portals because of the dark spirits that have been randomly appearing and attacking people," Unalaq said. Zuko nodded. "I have also fought and battled a spirit before." "Interesting," says Unalaq. Zuko then responds with Unalaq with, "You have brought up a serious point. I will think about what you have said." "Okay," Unalaq says. Unalaq then agrees with Zuko to tell him to talk about his decision and traveling to the spirit portals. While Unalaq leaves, as the day went on, while Zuko was eating his dinner, he was discussing with his daughter, Fire Lord Izumi, which is a successor to Iroh/Zuko in this timeline, about his daily tasks as the Avatar. As Zuko is finished with his dinner, he decides on how he will meditate on the discussion of traveling to the spirit portals. While meditating, Zuko focuses deeply, and as his mind clears, an image starts to form resembling the first avatar, in which he discusses the action of traveling to the spirit portals. The discussion between Wan and Zuko is very serious, as Wan brings up a point about humans and spirits staying separate, as humans and spirit during his time would always fight and cause lots of chaos in the world, which is why he decided to close the spirit portals to keep a balance between the humans and spirit. Wan then recommends that Zuko should think deeply about his actions and the current state of the world. Is the world in balance, or is the world in need of desperate repair? Zuko takes his words to the very heart, as he agrees that he must think deeply about his actions. As Zuko meditates this time, he wishes Wan goodbye as he thinks to himself, and he further meditates to think about the current state of the world, that he has managed to keep the Earth Kingdom stabilized so far. However, the water tribes have a rocky foundation due to the impending state of war. The air nomads are long gone and wiped out due to a brutal war. Wan, as the first avatar, brought up some serious points that he must consider, and that he has to make a decision. As Zuko exits the meditation session, he gets and tells his guard, "I want to speak with the Fire Nation General. Let him gather a group so we can leave within a week." As the guard understands the request, he goes to speak with the Fire Nation General. As the night lingers on and while Zuko is asleep, the Fire Nation General stays up late to finish up some work. A guard tells him about what Avatar Zuko has said. The general nods in agreement that he will gather the best firebenders in the army to go with Avatar Zuko to go find the spirit portals. As the days went on, Avatar Zuko and Unalaq did their plans, as Unalaq plotted to betray the Avatar, even though he knew that it would be very difficult to betray the Avatar, as Zuko is much more experienced than Korra during this timeline. So I think it would be harder to betray Zuko. So with that in mind, let's get back to the story. As after that, the day finally arrived where Zuko marched out with the best firebenders in the Fire Nation army to help him along with his journey. As Zuko announced to the army his plan of going to the spirit portals to investigate the issue of the world needing a new balance, and that it will make a great effort in helping to restore balance along with peace into this world. As Zuko met with Unalaq, he discussed his plan about bringing the Fire Nation soldiers along with him. As Unalaq then said, "That will be fine. However, I also brought my son and daughter, who are Eska and Desna." They then greet the Fire Lord, saying that it is an honor to meet Fire Lord Zuko. As they head out, going into the cold tundra, Zuko instructs the soldiers to team up with each other, and that this mission is very dangerous due to the angry spirits. As they move into their mobile vehicles, a cold wind blows in the dark distance. Zuko realizes that something is off. As Zuko shifts his gaze towards the wind where it blows near Unalaq. However, just before Zuko can think about it, a soldier calls to Zuko asking if he's alright, in which he assures he is well. As the vehicles start moving, all is well until a spirit attacks one of the soldiers in the group. In a group of around 20 firebenders, 5 of them stop their vehicles. However, since Unalaq and Zuko are in the front, they fail to realize this. As the soldiers begin firebending with all their might, throwing a combined blast to fight off this darkened bear-like spirit. The spirit resists the firebending as the spirit collides with 2 soldiers, throwing them both down into the snow. The other 3 launch more fire blasts, but at last it is futile. As the last few firebenders stand, they call for Zuko, but then the last of them are knocked down. As we get back to Zuko and Unalaq, Zuko realizes that something is wrong. He looks behind him and counts, in which 5 firebenders are missing. Zuko asks where they could have gone. Were they snatched up by spirits or decided to take a break? Zuko then says, I will get to the bottom of this. Something is not right here. Something dark and evil is lurking in this land.